I am Nave here for week 7 of the VTSDL restricted draft list. So I'll level with you. I just graduated college, and I've decided to neat the fuck out on playing the 100-line video game until I have to go find a job. And I forgot all about draft. I haven't really prepped for this at all. I started like 2 hours before I'm recording this, 5 minutes before we're supposed to play. And this is fine. I'm undefeated. I'm guaranteed to get into playoffs. If I lose the next 2 games in the week 3 game, I haven't played that. So how I do here doesn't really matter. I would still like to be undefeated going into playoffs, but this team builder wanted to have all too much thought put into it, and I think we're going to have a very rough and tumble skill diffy type game. This matchup is annoying. I wouldn't say it sucks, but it's sort of a mirror, and those do suck. Dialga and Palkia are basically the same thing, but they're both Tailroom Dragons, with Palkia being more offensive and suited for Tailwind, and Dialga being more defensive, kind of, and suited for Trick Room. It's both. Dialga being more defensive is more of a typing thing, and how the typing, if the typing is good into the matchup you have, is dependent, so I think Palkia is maybe overall better, but Dialga's the Trick Room guy, and I like Trick Room. And usually, Trick Room can beat Tailwind. I think his team is a little more suited for Tailwind than Trick Room, and normally that would give me the advantage, but the Iron Hands on the other side, and see it in the corner, makes Ursaluna have to play a lot of uncomfortable speed ties, and if it loses, it dies, and Dialga just gets low-kicked and dies anyway. This also means my Enamor Therian, despite being good into Palkia and Iron Hands, is kind of a no-go, because both Dialga and Enamorus would need Terra to take on Iron Hand, and neither of them can output enough damage to successfully trade with hands either. Moonblast, unless it's Specs, does not OHKO hands, and Dialga just cannot OHKO hands for the life of it either. So I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to do Trick Room. I'm just kind of on a binge of not really doing Trick Room, because I've realized that's my comfort zone and I need to go outside of it. So I'm just going to do bullshit Cresselia setup and hope it's enough to muscle through everything. This spread is the mathematically correct defensive spread for Cresselia, according to a Reddit post from 3 years ago I found, and then I put everything else into special attack. Moonblast plus Thunderbolt will hit this entire team, and Moonlight for recovery is better than Lunar Blessing here, both with how this team is structured and for Cresselia herself. The goal is to get to +2, and even if I get the +2, I don't really OHKO anything. Tonus is a roll to die to Thunderbolt. Palkia is a roll to die to Terra Fairy Moonblast, and AP Hands will not die to +2 Moonblast. I think it is a roll to die to 2, though. But provided Tailwind doesn't come, and I'll be able to Moonlight off the physical hits, while tanking pretty much everything Palkia's got. Mental Herb, I've got Mental Herb, so Dorn can't taunt me, and Salazzle can't Encore me, and I don't know, that's it. I think this is self-explanatory. This is a steel wall you have to break and invest a lot of resources into beating. And if I can make him focus it down, hopefully I can either Crest dies and the rest of the team gets positioned well enough to sweep, or the left thing dies and Cresselia can sweep. I think killing everything but the Cresselia and then killing it probably works here. Usually that's a bad strategy, but it might work here. There are 3 big threats to Crest here. Being Toxic, which is unlikely to happen. That's a Lunar Blessing guy. Getting Iron-Headed from Copper really just in general, but under Terra, under Trick Room 2, after it Terras to Fairy, and I do want to Terra Fairy. I do think a big problem for me here is Chris being kind of a Terra hog, but I think that's manageable, and because I've got Ursaluna, I don't think Copper is very likely to come. I'll be at a speed advantage, and I can double up on it. All stuff that I think will be fine. And then the last thing is getting crit by Palkia, which is really why I want a Terra Fairy here. I can eat, if it gets Dragon Tiered by Salazzle, that's a guaranteed crit, and if that's, if it hits all its Hydro Pumps, that's very, very bad. But, or I could just not Terra and get Spatial Burned in the first place, so that would suck. But I think I'm relatively confident that Sexless Crest don't come in the Dragon Tier thing. I think he's brought before, but doesn't seem too strong to me. Cresselia's partner in crime will be Persian. It's got enough speed to outspeed Modest Salazzle if that comes for some reason, which is just 1 point more, which is literally just 1 point more than I should have. And everything else, I just dumped in bulk. Foul Play will OHKO the Boulder, and it will do just fine to Iron Hands after Terra. It does 20 through it too. Thunder Wave is to be annoying and to really be my method of speed control off lead. And I've got Parting Shot to weaken Iron Hands and gain momentum. Well, it's largely good against Palkia, though. There are a good few problems with Persian, but I think it's a lot better than Electrode here as a lead. It loses very badly to Tornadus, can't spread Thunder Wave, can't pivot out with Parting Shot. They can't take a Lustrous or stronger Spatial Run from Palkia, let alone a Hydro Pump, and it can't take a close combat from Hands. Low Kick seems a lot better in this matchup, but you never know, it could just run both moves. I did have a Choppleberry on it to amend this problem, but I think Cloak is better, so I can have a stronger matchup with the Salazzle, and the parting shot on a Palkia hands lead. I could have watched this game to see if it ever leads Palkia hand. I feel like he never does. Anyway, yeah, all Persian does. I'm probably going to lead it. It's probably going to be good. Now, there is a problem after this parting shot. My worry is that there isn't too much that's good for it to pivot into after the parting shot. Dialga does take like 40ish from a spatial rend, like after a parting shot at -1. So, and it's forever screwed if low kick doubles up into that slot. It kind of has to play a Terra 50-50 if it's slower than it, like, and if it's especially strong or even Life Orb, that just won't happen and it'll die. It's unable to Oko Iron Hands, you know, Palkia at the position I imagine that it happens around turn 1 or 2. I don't think that would happen late game, and at that point Palkia just sees, okay, I don't want to die to Draco. I'm just going to Terra now. And, you know, that can put it in a very dicey position, and I might have to play a little riskier, or it's just a bad idea in the first place. But, yeah, Dialga's weird here, but it's still my Dialga. And its Steel types was just Dragon Flash Cannon, but hitting Boulder and Mimikyu is more valuable. I mean, running Draco Flash Cannon does kind of suck, but Draco won't Oko much, but the Palkia, but forcing Terra out of Palkia is all it needs to do. Trick Room is both insurance to set up my own Trick Room in the back, which is useful for Ursaluna and Celia, but it can also reverse theirs if they bring a very Trick Room leaning team expecting me to lean into Trick Room. This bulk should let me live a low kick from max attack Iron Hands. There isn't much. I invested full max here and it didn't change too many rolls. It may be a roll to Oko a Tornadus Fairy and that's usually 2 HP, and I'm not gonna bother with that. And like, this will always, Terra Fairy will make me into Spatial Rend, which I want, while also resisting low kick, which I double want. This speed will low kick with this. This is just silly. I had 1 point left over and it was meant to be 97. So, this speed will outspeed everything that isn't Scarf after a Thunder Wave, while always underspeeding Palkia in Trick Room. And considering that same trend of odd speed tiers will be Ursaluna, who does have a lot of speed investment. Because Bear can invest to live a Hydro Pump, and living a low kick will neuter its damage output entirely and forget if it's like Booster Attack or Life Orb or something. I'm just going to rely on outspeeding hands and hope that not set Trick Room until I kill it, or unless I have Terra to burn. Facade will kill Palkia, and Long will kill hands, and EQ, I could just EQ it after everything. There's just nothing to report on here other than that it's a fast bear. Terra Poison just feels safe, resist low kick, and the Play Rough, the Mimikyu will click into it, and I just need to be neutral to Palkia's Hydro Pump, and I'll be fine. Guts is my enemy here, but and so those 4, I think, kind of form my wave room mode, where I lead it and I decide if I want to T-wave everything or set up Trick Room later, and, you know, on my own, and then the next 2 will be my Tailwind. Sash Noivern with Terra Ghost is a good safeguard against Iron Boulder, who unfortunately outspeeds Noivern by a point, even without booster speed, so it can run Choice Band, or, you know, Choice Band, or anything weaker than that. I think I expect Sash here, but even with, like, both Sash, it doesn't matter what the Noivern has, it can't kill me through it. I don't think it gets Rock Blast. Draco Meteor because I'm a dragon, and Shadow Ball because if I run Super Fang, I can't hit Mimikyu. Makes Iron Hands a lot more difficult, and Super Fang is just the best move Noivern has, and not running it is sort of a throw, but what we have to do here, so whatever. I've got a bear to hit the hands anyway. Scary Face after Tailwind will let Guts or Saluna beat Palkia and Tornadus if Tailwind is matched. Hopefully, and kind of keep it going on, keep speed control going past the Tailwind turns being up. But there is an unfortunate part to this Noivern where I have to burn Terra and play a Who Gets Out 50-50, which is annoying, but I don't think that's annoying less for Noivern and more for this Lycanroc Dusk. Life Orb over Sash, pretty innovative. This outspeeds a modest Palkia, but not a timid one. I'm not even going to bother outspeeding the other things. So Fake Out will force Noivern Terra Ghost, which prevents Lycanroc from Sucker Punch Oko and Boulder if they Fake Out into the Lycanroc slot. I think assuming that Cloak is very safe, especially playstyle, and I think by this point he probably should. It would, you know, this Sucker Punch, Life Orb Sucker Punch will Oko Iron Boulder unless it's very, very bulky and then it's a roll, and like can just force Terra on it in game 2 scenario, all very good things. But if it's like if I'm next to Tornadus and not Boulder, or a fake out, I can Tailwind into Tornadus. I'll kill it 80% of the time, and that's, speed control gone, successful trade done, do whatever I want. With this Terra Fairy, play rough, Okoing Iron Hands at Palkia, sucks if it's intimidated, move off stuff is annoying, and the extreme fragility is a point of contention, especially if Palkia is max timid for some reason, but if I hit all my moves, Dusk can make a bunch of valuable trades, and even if it dies, getting pivots into Dialga or Bear could be worth the cost, provided I make a good trade with it. I can also swap this out for Bear in the back of the Persian Crest Lead if I decide I want to do the T-Wave mode and the Cresselia is working. And that's it. I have outlined everything I'm worried about like always. This has also been a little bit scatterbrained, which is becoming the new standard for these. But, I'm worried that I have a lot of inaccurate moves. Stone Edge here, Play Rough here, Draco here, T-Wave here. You're fine, you've got Draco. I just hope I hit them all. My vibe scout for this match, I think, earlier, I think this will be a lot of scrappy skill diffing that is kind of not in my favor because Palkia can kill my everything if I position poorly. And I don't think I have too much that threatens the same in return, at least not without. Palkia kills all of my guys on its own, and I need to set up Tailwind or a bunch of Calm Minds or like hit a bunch of Thunder Waves to have that same kind of thing happen for me. But I think my speed control is superior here, and that can carry me through anyway. Having superior speed control is superior. It's in the Whitney. Yeah, I'm rambling and tired. I don't have Con anywhere, and I think that could be a throw if he's expecting a trick from off, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Let's play. So the more I've thought about this, so there's like a 2 or 3 day gap, I forget which, after I recorded the video and from posting this, and the more I've thought about the team, the less confident I've become in it. I wanted to, mostly in the parting shot issue I discussed earlier, but everything looks to be fine currently. I think no Tornadus really bothered me. I think not seeing some of these was a little disconcerting. I think we're just going to fake you out. I don't know what the Gliscor is going to do. That's fine. Taunt on Mental Herb. It's fine. We're going to Calm Mind up. I'm going to Parting Shot out on you. I'm going to see. I think I Parting Shot out on you. Actually, both of these being T-Wave proof does kind of suck. I want to figure out your item. I want to Moonblast you. Go out into you. On this fine. Blast. Drain Punch is more than okay. We're going to Facade plus Moonblast you, I think. Tailwind is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Now what do we got? Yeah, the Tailwind is okay here. It could be better, could be worse. I think we Foul Play you and we Moonblast you. More than okay. Booster attack is a little odd. I think we're going to Parting Shot on you because we're slower and we're just going to Moonblast you for safety. I think I am Cloak, so whatever move could be a little nasty. It should be okay. That killed. There was no Terra. Yeah. Oh, huh. Look at you. And then this should be faster than the other guy. So it is CC over what's its name is very interesting to me. My horsepower, what do we got here? Drain Punch, nope. We Draco Meteor you and we Moonblast you. Burst power does not kill, it all depends on terrible miss. I typed sorry because it missed. I'm glad that it evened out.
I died! Oh, it just keeps taunting me. You'll get there one day, I promise. I'm gonna keep parting shotting you. Right, yeah. I do think you have... because if you don't... Oh, what here do you win? Oh, you do have... Oh, you can't hit me. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, it can't hit me. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, this poor little baby. I mean, I've only got 11 Moonblast. It could stall me out, I guess? No, it can't. I can't anymore. You'd have to get a double protect here, but it almost stalled me out. It's pretty funny. It would have to get another protect here, I think. Would have to get a triple protect to win? Nope. That was silly. And I mean, I think it's safe to assume I had Thunderbolt there, but not too safe. Felt a little goofy. I mean, I want to reveal the whole team. GG, very silly. GG, very silly game. Let's see. We're just going to do the same thing again. I think we're going... Well, not the same thing again. Sorry. There's no Intimidate, so I'm just going to run with this, I think. Gliscor is annoying. I don't have much for the Gliscors in. So we're just going to do this again. That's fine, I think. What do I do to Mimikyu? If I just double into Mimikyu here, what happens, right? Does Stone Edge hit Mimikyu here? Stone Edge does. I'm just gonna hit this Mimikyu, right? No, because he thinks that I'm Tail End here. So I think I Shadow Ball. I think we Shadow Ball. No. Chris can focus that. This is a pretty tough lead, I feel. Love. Right, because we have to... But the fake out is coming. I'm just going to assume that he thinks I'm Covert Cloak, because I'm always fucking Covert Cloak. If he sets up Trick Room here, that's very good. Nasty Plot is fine. That is finer. We're going to... I mean, you've got Shadow Sneak, so that does suck. But not too badly. If he sets up Trick Room after this, it'll be bad, but not livable bad. Gonna just fine, I imagine you Trick Room here, right? There's no way. Yeah. Are definitely fine here, right? We scary fate. We're gonna do this. And if we're lucky, this just kills like it should. I'll miss. Zoop. And my dog. And every dog has proven that it can have its day. And that's just awful. If this is Ghost, I lose. If this is Ghost Terra on the Palkia, I do lose, which sucks. Do we? We're just gonna kill the... Yeah. I mean, okay, good. I made a good last minute play. GG's. Yeah, I almost did Facade and I changed my way, but that was good. Alright, that was a surprising outcome for me. I did not think that would go that well. Yeah, I'm glad my dog did something. I love my dog. I didn't comment on it, but I like my 100 line. I'm glad I got to use every member of the 100 lines in this game. I'm happy with this game. That was a fun set.